comment,
and subscribe for more content.
Where's the notification bell?
It's to the right of you.
Oh.
What's up, guys? It's DK Wrestler here, and in today's video, it's a brand new edition of Cop Up or Pass Up. But before that happens, make sure you press the subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, guys, let's check it out. So like I said, in today's video, it's going to be a brand new edition of Cop Up or Pass Up, which for those brand new to the channel, Cop Up or Pass Up is a series where I look at a certain set of Funko items and determine whether each of these items, via detail, my own personal reaction, and the overall hype from the Funko fanatics, is worth copping up the money for or passing up the opportunity to get. And in today's edition of Cop Up or Pass Up, it'll be on the TargetCon 2022 exclusives, which for this, we will only be talking about the Funko Pop portion of the TargetCon 2022 exclusives, although we do have a video coming out tomorrow on the channel that talks about the entirety of TargetCon 2022, so stay tuned for that. But without further ado, we will go in the order that the Target website shows, which essentially we will kick off with the VHS covers of Beauty and the Beast. I think this is pretty decent. I'm not entirely a big fan of Beauty and the Beast, but I know there's a lot of fans out there, and it definitely makes sense because recently was the 30th anniversary of Beauty and the Beast, and I know there was some bad hype towards this also because of the fact that people aren't really on board with the VHS covers because it's just a normal size pop in an oversized box. So just at the moment, because my personal reaction is a little low and because of the bad hype I just mentioned about, I am going to say pass up the opportunity to get this pop. Next up, we have the glow-in-the-dark Evelyn Pop and Tea bundle, which I think this is pretty sweet. I mean, they already made the common version of this pop, except this time it's glow-in-the-dark, but this time it has a really excellent looking t-shirt with Skeletor and the other villains' heads on there popified, and even the box, although I'm not really a fan of what Pop and Tea bundle boxes are nowadays, where it's just a square box with the window to show what pop it is instead of the cool looking boxes we had in the past. The overall box design is pretty decent, especially with Skeletor's head on the one side of it. And there was actually a lot of hype going towards this since some of them did release in other Target stores before this was announced. So for that, I will say cop up the money to get this Pop and Tea bundle, especially if you haven't gotten the common version. You might as well get the glow in the dark one with this Pop and Tea bundle. Next up, we have the flocked He-Man on Battle Cat Pop rides, which this definitely makes sense because they already made the Skeletor on Panther Pop rides. That was a Funko Shop exclusive, but did this deserve to be a TargetCon exclusive rather than a normal Target exclusive? Not really. I think there would have been something much cooler to put in that slot for a TargetCon exclusive rather than this. I also feel with the hype that no one's really talking about this because of how cool the Pop and Tea bundle looks, so I feel like this might be a little bit of a shelf setter because no one's really caring about this pop rather than the Pop and Tea bundles. So for right now, I will say pass up the opportunity to get this pop. Next up, we have the flocked Knuckles from Sonic the Hedgehog, which I am super excited about this pop. I've been waiting for a new Knuckles pop for a very long time, essentially since I started collecting back in 2015. There was that original one, but A, it's too expensive, and B, it does not look as good as we have here with this brand new Knuckles pop. I think they did an excellent job, especially with the box art. I think this pop is going to be a huge seller, especially because it already released early in store, so a lot of people already obtained it. So just for that, I will say cop up the money to get this pop. Next up, we have the Magic Johnson for the NBA Legends lineup, which I think this is all right. I mean, we've already gotten a couple of Magic Johnson pops already with the original one, and I believe there was that Team USA version, but now we have one with a red jersey, which kind of makes sense because red is the main color of Target, so I know there's usually a couple pops during TargetCon that have the color red to match with essentially the colors of Target. I feel like unless you are a big NBA fan or you're a huge Magic Johnson fan, I feel like you're not really going to get this. So for right now, I will say pass up the opportunity to get this pop. Next up, we have the pop moments of Captain Kirk and Spock from Star Trek. I think this is a pretty decent pop, and I know there's a lot of hype towards this because I think this is a memorable scene in Star Trek. I haven't really watched Star Trek all that much. I'm more of a Star Wars person myself, but I can appreciate that. I'm pretty sure this is like the first moments they've ever made in Funko Pop form for Star Trek because they've only made the singular pops. So it's cool that Star Trek is getting some representation as terms to moments instead of the singular pops. So I guess for right now, even though I don't really have much of a personal reaction to it, I will say cop up the money to get this moments. Next up, we have the 6-inch variant of Blackluster Soldier from Yu-Gi-Oh! I am super excited about this because I am trying to get a 100% complete set of Yu-Gi-Oh! And they haven't really made Yu-Gi-Oh! Pops all that much besides obviously the new wave that just released. But But now we have a really popular dual monster that people have been wanting in pop form for a long time, especially my co-host MD Shady has wanted Blackluster Soldier for a little bit now, I'm pretty sure. So it's cool that it's getting its own pop and it's in a 6-inch form. I will 100% be getting this, whether it is with the TargetCon sticker or because we're in Canada and we don't get that TargetCon exclusive sticker, it will be with the special edition sticker. But regardless, I will be getting this into my collection and I think it looks excellent. There wasn't really so much hype when Funko posted about this, but at the same time, this was one of the only TargetCon exclusives that actually sold out the day of release. So I guess for that, I will say for right now, cop up the money to get this pop. Next up, we have a Parks and Recreation Treat Yourself 2-pack featuring Donna and Ben Wyatt. I think this is pretty decent. You got a brand new character in pop form of Donna, but then you have an existing character in Ben Wyatt in a different attire this time. I think it's a pretty decent 2-pack, and I kind of remember the scene, but I kind of don't. The hype I feel like is a little meh because there is a pretty decent fan base for Parks and Rec, but there isn't at the same time. However, I do feel because it's Parks and Recreation and not, let's say, The Office, that this might be a little bit of a shelf setter, or it will take a little bit of time before it sells out. So I am going to say for right now, unfortunately, even though I think this is pretty sweet, pass up the opportunity to get this pop. Unless, of course, your name is Money's Vault. Next up, we have ourselves the 10-inch Lucario from Pokemon, which this is alright. I mean, I would rather see a brand new Pokemon essentially being made as an exclusive rather than seeing essentially this Lucario that we already have the 4-inch one announced earlier in the month, and now it's a 10-inch variant. On the bright side, though, at least it's not a silver metallic Pikachu like we got last year at TargetCon, so at least it's a 10-inch variant of an already existing popular Pokemon like Lucario, instead of, let's say, an already existing pop that hasn't been made into a silver metallic form yet. However, there is a past history of 10-inch Pokemon pops staying on shelves for a while, so I do feel pass up the opportunity right now to get this pop. Next up, we have the Red Chrome Boba Fett from The Mandalorian. This is, just a red colored Mandalorian, or not Mandalorian, Boba Fett. I mean, it's not really anything exciting, of course, because Target is red as terms to the main color. They obviously made a solid red Boba Fett, which, I mean, I'm surprised they didn't do this as just a regular Target exclusive where maybe the people with the red cards get first dibs on these and then it'll be to the majority of the market afterwards. I'm not really a fan of this pop, and I don't really think a lot of people are going to get this pop, to be honest. So I'm going to say for right now, pass up the opportunity to get this pop. Next up, we have ourselves the Becky Lynch with belts, or as I like to say, Becky 2 belts from the WWE lineup. Super excited that WWE gets some representation for a little bit of a con. I really like the design of Becky 2 belts. It's really cool. She's got the Raw Women's title. She's got the SmackDown Women's title. I already have both of the other Becky Lynch pops, so I know for sure I'm going to be getting this Becky Lynch pop. Hopefully I can get it with a TargetCon sticker on the secondary market, but I probably wouldn't care if I get it with the special edition sticker either. And I know there's some decent hype towards this, to be honest. I didn't think there was going to be, but there actually is. And I feel I know a good WWE pop when I see it, so I will say cop up the money to get this pop. And then the last two pops, which I'll kind of mention both of them at the same time, are the Artist Series Penguin and the Artist Series Joker from the Batman lineup. The Artist Series Penguin is like the dark blue with even the design of like the black penguins on them. It's not looking great, and it looks all right in the glam shot, but we already know that a lot of times Artist Series pops do not look good in person compared to the glam shot. And then we got ourselves the Joker, which I do find is better than the Penguin one. The purple is pretty cool, and I think the art of, I guess if you can call it art, of the teeth that are on there really pop out well with the purple, and I think it'll turn out better than the Penguin, but I still think it's not one of the better Artist Series pops, even though Artist Series isn't really that great overall. So both of these, I will mention that they are worth passing up the opportunity to get for right now, because they probably will end up being on sale in a couple months from now. Anyways, guys, that is going to be the end of today's video. If you enjoyed today's edition of Cop Up or Pass Up on the TargetCon 2022 exclusives, make sure you smash that like button, comment in the comment section below, and let me know what you think is worth copping up the money or passing up the opportunity to get as terms to these TargetCon exclusives. And like I said earlier, press the subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching today's video, and hope to see you guys next time. 1, 2, 3, I'm out of here. Follow us on all of our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at A Funko Popcast. If you want to check out some of our other content that's featured on our channel, you can click either the playlist that's on your screen right now featuring previous episodes of our weekly podcast, A Funko Popcast, or we have suggested a video for you guys in relation to today's video.